Good evening, everyone. Today is December 25, 2016, so that means Merry Christmas. Today we have quite a trip to do, and I wanted to share the real world use of the Tesla Model S and why you are able to use it as an everyday car, even if you don't have a supercharger station nearby. So we are right here at home, and I'm together with my lovely wife, Diane. Say hi. And we are going to go to actually a party in the Northwest. So we live in Chestermere, Alberta. So you see, I'll just give you an idea where we live. So this is right now we're in Kinniburg in Chestermere, and this is the city of Calgary. So this is around from where we are. We're around maybe 5 kilometers to the city center of Chestermere, and around maybe another 6 to 8 kilometers depending on which road you take, the 17th Ave or 16th Ave. I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but heck, I don't mind the commute. And right now, today, we're going to a party up here in somewhere here in Tuscany, right here. And let's get that out of the way. And then afterwards, we're going to go down south to another party in Silverado, which is down here, somewhere right here in Silverado. So this the trip to Tuscany is most probably around 50 kilometers, and then another probably 45-ish kilometers, or 45 to 50 kilometers to Silverado, and around, let's say, almost 40 kilometers from Silverado back to Chestermere, depending on our side trips. Alright, so I'm going to unplug the car and we are going to set off. Okay, so right now inside my garage it is 0 degrees Celsius, and we're showing a rated range of 348 kilometers. And I wanted to show you the projected range we have based on the previous driving. Based on the past 10 kilometers, we have a 221 kilometer projected range. Past 25, 236 kilometer projected range. And based on the 50 kilometers past, we have a 220 kilometer projected range from the 348 kilometers. So basically that was based off yesterday's driving. We were driving around in snow, and it was around minus 15 degrees Celsius. So we're going to set off shortly, and we're going to Tuscany. Hi everyone. Right now that we are on Stoney Trail North. The outside temperature reading, it shows minus 20 degrees. So that is extremely cold. So of course our range is negatively impacted. You can see we have a projected range of around 196 kilometers, 197 kilometers based on the past 10 kilometers of driving. We have probably around 150 kilometers of driving to do today. So we should be good, but we'll see at the end of the day and at every destination how many kilometers of projected range we'll have left. Alright, catch you in a bit. So now we have a remaining 239 kilometers of projected range, if you can see that. There you go, let it focus. And also 250 kilometers of rated range. So let's take a look at our trip. So we now have currently 71% of our battery still remaining, so we only used 30%. That is pretty good, pretty impressive. Alright, so we'll hang around a bit for this party, and we'll be off to our next party in the south of the city in Silverado. So this was around, it shows that our total trip was 56.9 kilometers. Yeah, so that's pretty good, pretty impressive. that we were not consuming too much electricity on this trip. All right. Okay, so now we are on our way out of Tuscany. So we're about to leave. I put the destination in the GPS and it says we have 38 kilometers to go, 47 minutes of travel, and we will arrive with approximately 57% range left. Alright, so let's go on our way. Alright, we're here now in our destination in Silverado. We have 125 kilometers of projected range for our trip. It was a total of 38.4 kilometers from Tuscany, and right now we have around 51% of our battery left. So that is amazing, so you know that we can make it home. You can see right now it's pretty cold, minus 22 degrees. And since the last charge, we have been consuming 290 watt hours per kilometer and 27.7 total kilowatts. Mind you, this car is a 60D, so it means we have 60 available kilowatts. And a total trip so far of 95.7 kilometers. So yeah, this is pretty good performance in cold weather. Alright, till the next clip. We have just finished our family bingo party here in Silverado at my uncle's house, and I actually preheated the car when we had around, let me turn the climate off. I actually preheated the car when we had 176 kilometers of range, rated range. Right now we have 161 kilometers of rated range. So there we go, 161 kilometers. I used 15 kilometers for preheating. And it's minus 23 degrees outside. Yeah, that's Dad's car. And we're going home. So we are expected to arrive home with around 29% range left. Alright, so we're gonna begin our trip home. It's around 12:28 a.m. Okay, so now we are here in Kinniburg, and for safety and security purposes, I don't have the GPS set to my actual home address, and we projected to go home with 29% of range. We have 26% of range remaining. So our projection, the projection of the navigation is almost spot on. Very good, very good. So it shows now that we have a projected 62 kilometers of range to go after this trip, and we have a 92 kilometer rated range. So that is pretty good. Alright, so in summary, this is our trip. So we have 136 kilometers of travel today, and with an average of 287 watt hours per kilometer. According to the rated range, so we have 89 kilometers of range left. That decreased, and it is a very cold day, mind you. So the Tesla actually has around 30 to 40% less range, or actually consumes 30 to 40% more energy in cold weather. So it is comparable to the energy consumption of a gasoline powered car. If I go home in this car and it's empty, this is a Toyota Prius hybrid. If I go home with this car empty, you can't plug it in and recharge it. So if you have only 90 kilometers left, when you wake up, you will have 90 kilometers left. In this car, if you go home, if you have 90 kilometers left of range, plug it in, and in the morning, you will have another 350 kilometers of range. So that's the part that's amazing about electric vehicles. That's the battery battery pack, battery heating mechanism making some sounds. So, till the next video, thank you for joining us in this trip. This is Tesla Ariel, signing off.